Hey there, movie buffs and nostalgia enthusiasts. Remember those days when the world was a bit simpler and the magic of cinema had the power to transport us to different eras? Well, if you were lucky enough to catch the 1973 movie The Way We Were, you're in for a delightful trip down memory lane. Did you ever watch this iconic film back in the day? If you did, it's time to dust off those cherished memories. And if you haven't had the pleasure yet, don't worry, I'm about to give you a glimpse of what made this movie so unforgettable. But for those who've been there, tell me, what was it like? What moments, characters, or experiences from The Way We Were are etched in your heart? It's amazing how a single film can bring people together, and I'm eager to hear your tales and reflections. After all, there's nothing like the warmth of shared nostalgia. Now, let's set the stage and dive into some random facts about this classic piece of cinematic history. Who knows, you might uncover something new about this gem that you never knew before. So, stay tuned and let's journey back to 1973. Robert Redford's remarkable response, The Way We Were behind the scenes in the 1973 movie The Way We Were. A few interesting behind-the-scenes details add a unique layer to the film's history. Robert Redford's Chanel No. 5 comment during an interview, Robert Redford, who played the lead role in the film, shared a noteworthy tidbit. When asked what Barbra Streisand was wearing in bed during the first love scene, he humorously replied, "Only Chanel No. 5. This charming anecdote offers a glimpse into the off-screen chemistry and camaraderie between the film's stars. The Union College and Medbury Hotel locations The Way We Were includes college scenes that were shot at Union College in Schenectady, New York. The grand rotunda-like building prominently featured in the film is the Knott Memorial at Union College. Additionally, the restaurant scene where Robert Redford and Barbra Streisand's characters meet outside was filmed at the old Medbury Hotel in Ballston Spa, New York. These real-life locations contributed to the film's authenticity and charm. Redford and Streisand's on-screen tension in a 2012 interview before a live audience at the Brooklyn Academy of Music. Robert Redford revealed a fascinating aspect of the film's production. He admitted that Barbra Streisand developed an off-screen crush on him as filming progressed. While he didn't reciprocate her feelings, he recognized her dedication to her role. Redford made the choice to focus on their on-screen chemistry and the performance rather than acknowledging the off-screen tension. This decision highlights the professionalism and commitment of the film's stars. These insights offer a deeper understanding of the making of The Way We Were, a classic romantic drama that continues to capture the hearts of audiences. Robert Redford's witty response, the authentic locations, and the unspoken tension behind the scenes all contribute to the film's enduring appeal. The Way We Were, a 1973 romantic drama film, saw a notable change in its cast before production. Warren Beatty was initially offered the role of Hubbell Gardiner, the male lead. However, the role eventually went to Robert Redford. Beatty's decision to decline the role remains an interesting tidbit about the movie's casting process. In the film, there was originally a more extended segment dealing with the McCarthy witch hunts. This segment was significantly shortened during editing, resulting in reduced screen time for some characters. Viveca Lindfors and Murray Hamilton, who initially had more substantial roles, saw their parts transformed into brief bit parts. One fascinating aspect of the film's timeline is the significant gap in the characters' lives. Katie tells Hubbell about Mrs. Simpson's marriage to the Duke of Windsor on June 3, 1937, the night before their college commencement. The movie begins with a radio performance that includes a reference to D-Day, which took place on June 6, 1944. When Katie and Hubbell meet again at the bar of Morocco, they hadn't seen each other for 7 years, highlighting the passage of time in their relationship. These insights offer a deeper understanding of the movie's production process and the temporal nuances in the storyline. The Way We Were continues to be a classic in the realm of romantic cinema, known not only for its compelling narrative but also for the decisions made during its creation. Screenwriter Arthur Lawrence faced challenges during the making of the 1973 movie The Way We Were. He based the story on his earlier romance with actor Farley Granger, who had a vastly different background and personality. Lawrence was Jewish and a political activist, while Granger was a carefree white Anglo-Saxon Protestant. During filming, Lawrence often clashed with director Sidney Pollack, who wanted changes to the screenplay. Barbra Streisand, one of the film's stars, supported Lawrence in these conflicts. The movie was one of the first to explicitly address the blacklisting of actors and writers during the McCarthy era in Hollywood. Arthur Lawrence himself had been blacklisted in the early 1950s, while in Europe with Farley Granger. The U.S. State Department even refused to renew Lawrence's passport for several years due to his association with suspected subversive elements. After preview reactions, director Sidney Pollack made significant cuts to the film, removing scenes central to the climactic turning point. These included a highly emotional scene where the character Katie drives through UCLA and stops to watch a young woman giving a political speech reminiscent of her own youth. Another cut was a dialogue between Katie and Hubbell, where he reveals that someone has informed on her as a subversive, jeopardizing his own career. In The Way We Were, Arthur Lawrence's personal experiences and the scars of McCarthy-era blacklisting added depth and resonance to the film. The conflicts during production and subsequent edits demonstrate the complexities of bringing this story to the big screen. In the 1973 movie The Way We Were, directed by Sidney Pollack, there's an interesting behind-the-scenes fact related to James Woods. This film wasn't his first movie role, but it was his first significant appearance on the big screen. However, it's worth noting that The Way We Were wasn't the first film in which he appeared to be released. This distinction adds an intriguing layer to the history of the movie. Additionally, on the director's commentary for the film, Sidney Pollack defended his alterations to Arthur Lawrence's script. He argued that Lawrence's original script presented Hubbell as a one-dimensional character, which made it a challenging role for Robert Redford. Pollack believed that the two lead characters, Hubbell and Katie, needed to be equally matched in depth and complexity for the drama to work effectively. Another detail worth mentioning is the symbolism in the character of Hubbell. He wears a Silver Star Medal, which is awarded for bravery in combat, and a Purple Heart, given for being wounded in combat. These decorations suggest that Hubbell wasn't merely a desk warrior during his job in Washington, when he met Katie during the war. These insights into the making of The Way We Were shed light on the efforts and decisions made behind the scenes to bring this classic love story to life. They underscore the importance of character development and the challenges faced by the filmmakers to create a balanced and compelling narrative. The Way We Were remains a timeless classic that continues to resonate with audiences, thanks to the talent and dedication of the cast and crew. As we approach the closing credits of our cinematic journey through The Way We Were, I invite you to pause for a moment and reflect on the profound impact this timeless film has had on your own life. Released in 1973, this cinematic gem has been a vessel for countless emotions, a reflection of bygone eras, and a source of inspiration for so many. Think back to the first time you watched Katie and Hubbell's love story unfold on the silver screen. Were you entranced by the poignant portrayal of their passionate yet tumultuous relationship? Did the haunting melody of Marvin Hamlish's score resonate with your soul, taking you on an emotional roller coaster? Or perhaps you found yourself lost in the intricate interplay between Barbra Streisand's Katie Morosky and Robert Redford's Hubbell Gardiner, their undeniable chemistry leaving an indelible mark on your heart. Now, as we stand at the crossroads of our own memories, I encourage you to share your thoughts, emotions, and cherished recollections of The Way We Were. What moments struck a chord with you? What life lessons did you draw from the characters' journeys? Did this movie evoke any personal experiences, reminiscent of your own way you were? Your reflections become part of the tapestry of this cinematic masterpiece, weaving together the rich fabric of shared human experiences. So, take a moment to share your favorite memories, thoughts, and feelings about this extraordinary film. Thank you for joining us on this reflective voyage through The Way We Were. Your engagement enriches our community, and we're truly grateful for your time and interest. Until we meet again, keep the spirit of Katie and Hubbell alive in your hearts, and remember, life's most cherished moments are often found in The Way We Were.